Has got it. He'll test the left edge with success. That's a first down and more. Into the red zone go the Cyclones. And Iowa State on the final play of the first quarter. A play away from getting right back in at 15 minutes in. Plenty of fireworks. All for the home team thus far in the Queen City.
Who's ready for a deal? Now you can order a footlong in the Subway app and get another for just $1. That's right, Subway MVP Rewards members. Just $1. Get your favorite sub plus one. Subway. Eat fresh, feel good. That's right, Subway MVP Rewards members. Just $1. Get your favorite sub plus one. Subway. Eat fresh, feel good. Subway MVP.
In the V6-powered Nissan Frontier, have 600 pounds of cargo on the fly. In the V6-powered Nissan Frontier, have 600 pounds of cargo. Not that you would on the fly, but you could. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Not that you would.
When expectations are high, there's no room for uncertainty. To maximize impact, your logo needs to look great, on the right gear, and arrive on time. That starts before imprint. Visit that flu.
I got this. I don't got this.
You need Dayquil Intense Flu.
Power through your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. You do got this. Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching fever, power through your flu medicine. Power through your
The perfect snack box is everything. Customize your box. Sweet and salty your box. Poutine your box. Movie night perfect your box. Build your own incredible snack box at nuts.com and get 20% off plus free shipping.
Look, mold like this could be hiding in your house. And check out this fence, moldy and black. You were card scrubbing mold, but it keeps coming back. Now there's a simple spray that dissolves mold on contact. This is Alien Power, the new multi-purpose stain remover with out-of-this-world results. Just fill the bottle with water, add in our potent formula, then spray, and watch Alien Power lift the mold away. Plus, it's all made right here in the USA. This is an advanced formulation that breaks down the molecular structure of mold, so it dissolves on contact, penetrating deep into cracks and pores for a complete cleaning. Look here, black mold can grow inside your washing machine. Alien Power makes it so easy to clean. Now eliminating mildew in the bathroom is a breeze. Give it a spray and it's gone with ease. Black mold is hiding under this mat. A simple spray and it's gone like that. Even use it outside, so mold and mildew have nowhere to hide. An entire moldy fence finished in no time. No scrubbing needed to get rid of the grime. Instantly upgrade the look of your siding with Alien Power. Even textured surfaces like stucco can look new again. Dirt and mold can ruin your deck. Now, just give it a spray and watch the stains fade away. It can tackle the hardest cleaning jobs with ease. Don't replace water-stained ceiling tile. With Alien Power, it disappears right before your very eyes. Gone to another galaxy. It can cost over $1,000 for a professional treatment, but get Alien Power today with 2 power packets and a spray bottle for just $29.99. Act right now and get a second set for 50% off. That's enough for 4 large bottles. Plus, we'll even ship it to you free. Try Alien Power. If you're not completely amazed by its results, return it for a full refund. This is a TV-only offer, not available at this price anywhere. So don't miss out. Call or click now.
Call 1-800-719-3114 or go to buyalienpower.com. So call 1-800-719-3114 or go online to buyalienpower.com.
Welcome back.
Respecto al anterior.
Dieses Gefühl.
Ins echte Jobleben einzutauchen.
In einem von 250 Ausbildungsberufen.
Jetzt kennenlernen.
I thought you were going to use those adjectives to describe Rocco Becht. You talk to Rocco Becht. You talk about Rocco Becht. You hear about Rocco Becht. All you hear is that He's calmest when things are the most chaotic. Down 17, up 17, first quarter, fourth quarter. Rocco Beck is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
A 28-second drive spanning 75 yards. The old swinging gate back in play for the Cyclones. They scored on a two-point conversion out of that formation on the first touchdown of the game last week at home against Arizona. They scored on a two-point conversion out of that conventional place kicking situation to make it 17-7. Chase Smith, walk-on kicker, and a true freshman. And the Cyclones and Matt Campbell on the board for the first time and back in business.
It felt like this was the response that was needed. It's going to be a quarterback power, really two pullers coming back, so a quarterback counter. There's two guys coming back, and Rocco Beck barely gets touched. He has that little bit of hesitation that allows time for the pullers to come around and allows the linebackers to be a little bit slowed down. That's how he's able to get to the end zone so easily.
His offensive coordinator, Taylor Mauser, the great quote earlier in the season about Rocco Beck, and he basically, well, he did in fact call him a psychopath. He's nails with the game on the line. When everybody's losing their mind, Rocco Beck is purely calm. And it almost works in Iowa State's favor at times when they're trailing or when they're facing adversity with that quarterback head coach combination.
That's what you want, Roy. If you're a team, you're going to face adversity regardless. You want a guy that you feel like he's going to be okay in the midst of said adversity.
You've never called me a psychopath, have you?
I've thought it. I haven't said it out loud.
Thank you.
Until now, I guess.
And he meant it in the best way possible. Taylor Moser, the offensive play caller. Welcome, Wilson. With a seam and a nice run, still on his feet. Wilson, a shoestring tackle at the 45. Let's go back to the studio at Kevin Connors.
Sam is discreet like that, by the way. AT&T is keeping fans connected with our multi-view over on ABC. Kentucky back in the game thanks to a Josh Caddis touchdown catch. Clemson taking it to UNC. Cade Klubnik, a pair of touchdown passes. And on ESPN Plus, Avery Johnson, a touchdown run. K-State is on top of Baylor.
Kevin, thank you for the vote of confidence as well. Interesting as Pittsburgh has benched Eli Holstein, and now a freshman quarterback gets the start against Boston College today for Pat Narduzzi. So a lot of moving parts to start. It's always entertaining early October slates. Evan Pryor. Boy, just chunks of yards on the ground for the Bearcats, whether it's Pryor, Walker, or Sorsby so far.
Or Joe Cotton, the starting left tackle, who's pulling around to make this play. Look at it, left tackle pulling, making a critical block, putting Nick Reineke on his backside.
You know, Cotton's a redshirt junior. You would love to see his eyes on that pull. He was feasting. Man-to-man coverage and incomplete. Caleb Goody had a step in the pass 5 yards over his head.
That's the second overthrow we've seen from Brendan Sorsby. Yes, the running game has been outstanding, but if he wants to really seal this game and close this game off early, he's got to be a little bit more calm with his feet in the pocket to deliver those deep passes.
Sorsby with 18 passing first downs a week ago on the road at Kansas. Spent all spring and summer on campus trying to get better for his head coach, Scott Satterfield. Isaiah Johnson goes in motion, and he picked up the football in the process. Johnson to the edge. Isaiah Johnson inside the 15.
So when you drop a pop pass, this is exactly what you would hope. Receiver coming across in motion, pop pass, right? You have an outside linebacker, defensive man, a body that can't catch you. Then the great blocking downfield by your tight end. You want to get these little fast guys on the edges of defenses to make big plays like that.
Pryor, the running back, on first down in the red zone. Another touch. Pryor tucks it back against the grain into the end zone. Yes! The Bearcats have been simply unstoppable to start.
You want people who could do it all. Joe Royer, number 11, he scored that touchdown earlier. Look at him. That's called a stop block. Just stay on your guy just enough to let running back Evan Pryor do the rest. This is clinic real when it comes to tight end play, when it comes to stretch and outside zone execution for the offense.
Bearcats playing like the undefeated team thus far. And perhaps deserving of a top 25 national ranking if a score like this holds today. Rusnak back on the field. He's been perfect for 2 years. His extra points have been tremendous. On point, if you will. 24-7 our new score. 13:40 to go in the half.
Everything's worked for the Cincinnati offense on the inside, on the outside, down the field, blocking, passing, running, finding the end zone.
When being ignored isn't your idea of friendly service,
Hello? Hello? Sir?
it matters where you stay. Hilton, for the stay.
Do it all with Steel Battery. Now is the best time to save big on over 40 hardworking steel tools. Hurry into your local steel dealer or shop online.
Let me tell you about this new Pretzel Cheddar Club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. When I add the Dijon mustard to this pretzel bun, it takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Real guests paid for their testimonials.
After Homoglow cleaned our place for $19, we fired our old housekeeper. Homoglow tackled everything from our kitchen to our bathroom, all our laundry. You just pick a date, pick a cleaner, and enjoy a spotless house for $19.
This here town ain't big enough for the both of us.
Why choose between advertising that builds your brand or advertising that drives immediate sales? Marketing Architects All-Inclusive TV. Remarkable work and remarkable results.
Both is better.
Marketing Architects.
The moment is upon us.
Paramount Plus has movies.
Whoa.
Let's show the world what we're made of.
Classic movies. New takes on classic movies.
Get in, loser.
To keep up with the latest blockbusters and relive the moments that keep us coming back.
As if.
So please, take a chair.
Thank you.
And start streaming.
Hey Fox News fans, did you know you can get Fox News and other channels like National Geographic, NFL Network, FX, Select Locals, and more, all for less? Introducing Sling Select, starting at $19.99 a month. Locals available in select markets where price will vary. The news sources you trust. The entertainment you love, plus sports, movies, and more. With Sling Select, get the channels you want and so much more. All for one low price. Learn more about Sling Select at sling.com/my-account.
24-7, Cincinnati leading undefeated. And 14th ranked Iowa State, 13:40 to go in the first half. And the Bearcats have been dominant. We mentioned it earlier, 600-plus yards their last two games already with 262 on the board today with a lot of football left to be played. Cyclones will get it back after the touchback at their own 25. As we take a look at today's more than a home team with so many brand new facilities being constructed here in the last year, opening a brand new practice facility, and the guys led by their quarterback, Brendan Sorsby, getting ready to go. This massive tilt in the Big 12. Winner of this game, by the way, stays undefeated in the league. Very well positioned with teams like Texas Tech, BYU, and a host of others. There's some contact.
Leave it to Swag about, as you say.
Sowell back on the field, so a good sign for head coach Matt Campbell that Sowell is still healthy enough to go.
And a better sign for defensive coordinator Tyson White, because Matthew McDoom, number 0, the 5'9" corner, had an outstanding job in coverage. Last week, first deep shot, he got beat for an 80-plus yard touchdown. Now, McDoom, the transfer, is playing a lot more sound.
He didn't know any better. It feels like McDoom is one of the best football names on the planet this season. More on that in a moment. Here's back play action. Backside pressure. got rid of it in time to Cyrus Allen. And not much happening to the 28. Stop by Matthew McDoom.
I love it. You said his name. It's a scary name. But if you talk to the guy, he's like a nice guy. Watch him doing interviews. He's a calm, cool, collected individual. But this situation, 3rd and 6. Cincinnati's had all the momentum. Let's see how calm, cool, and collected Rocco Beck will
and it
be.
goes.
And if Cincinnati will bring a little bit more pressure.
Beck with time, looking for his running back. And out of bounds goes Carson Hansen. Enough for the first down to the 40-yard line. Well, it took a minute for that play to develop, but Beck was patient, and Hansen pays it off.
It turned into essentially an empty set. Hansen was out of the backfield. He just released quickly. Got that first down.
Abu Sama, Carson Hansen, both impressive to start this season. Hansen again tripped up after a gain of 9 by McDoom.
Na, wie läuft's mit dem Neuen?
Er hat alles, wonach ich gesucht habe.
Erzähl mehr.
Er gibt mir Struktur, ist super zuverlässig. Jeder Tag ist voller Spaß und Abwechslung. Das Beste, ich sehe eine gemeinsame Zukunft mit ihm. Ich muss jetzt auch zu ihm los.
Ich gönn's.
From Kansas State and Northwestern. Rocco Beck very pleased with his addition going back 2 seasons ago. It's a developmental program. Campbell still talks about that to this day. They'll bring in their players. Sam, they recruit their players that play 4 or 5 different positions. Grow them up in the weight room and on the field. Got an old school I formation step. Sama. The toss sweep to the edge. And a brief lane closes quickly. Inside the 45 down to the 42 and tackled by Sims. It's a gain of 5.
One thing I'm noticing, Roy, is both of these offenses are avoiding the middle of the defense. Dante Corleone, number 2 in the middle, is a dominant football player. They're not running up there because they can't get past him. So they're trying to attack the edges of the defenses in order to avoid some of the best players, arguably the best player of this Cincinnati D.
Tyson Vite, and no bones about it, he is our best player. Play action over B, right at the line to gain. That'll move the chains. And McDoom, the tackle, and that timing route executed brilliantly between Pat, Dominic Overby.
This receiver core for Iowa State is a receiver by committee approach. Whether it's Sowell or Townsend, Eskelson, and now we're seeing Overby step up. They all play multiple positions, so it gives them more opportunity to make more plays.
Five minutes into the second quarter on first down. Sama. Still on his feet. The spin. A flag comes in. Close to another first down for the Cyclones. Let's check the penalty. Tyler Moore slow to his feet. And this one going against Iowa State.
Illegal punt in the back. 0 on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. We play first down.
That's on Chase Sowell. Our referee today, Kevin Boitman, leading this veteran officiating crew out of the Big 12.
What's that, the 5th penalty for Iowa State?
Campbell, a great question this week about what it takes in Ames to win games. We have to be elite on special teams, he said. Relentless on defense and mistake-free on offense. It hasn't happened so far today. Underneath, Xavier Townsend. A short gain on first down. Bola Collard. The tackle. Transfer from Southern Utah.
The reason why, Roy, is that in Iowa State, you may not be getting the 5-star recruits from all over the country. Oftentimes, you're getting 3 stars and 4 stars. Remember when Breece Hall came, he was one of the bigger recruits as the recruiting cycle began to begin. So you have to be more sound when you're not the most physically gifted.
Longest drive of the game for the Cyclones, now on play number 9. Townsend upended at the 35. Christian Harrison, the form tackle. It'll be 3rd down.
Another critical 3rd down. Rocco Beck
The noise in Nippert is back. So well went in motion. Beck's going to be harassed. Keeps the play alive and then gets walloped at the 40. Coleman brought him down, and Beck slow to his feet. And you know that targeting is going to be in play here.
So first, Rocco Beck, it seems like it's going to be a face mask in the middle. And at 31, Simeon Coleman is just tracking him as Beck is trying to get his head back around.
And his dad, Anthony Beck.
There are 2 fouls in the play up against the defense. Personal foul, face mask, number 55 in the defense. Personal foul, targeting, number 31, the helmet, defense. 15-yard penalty will be enforced. Play is under further review.
So that targeting penalty, Roy, notice what the referee said. He said targeting with the helmet, crown of the helmet. The reason why that matters is that Rocco Beck in that situation was not a defenseless receiver, or defenseless individual. He wasn't a quarterback in a passing posture. He was a runner. So the only type of targeting that can be enforced is targeting with the crown of the helmet, meaning that number 31, Simeon Coleman, would have had to lower his head and make that forcible contact. They talk about a 6-inch radius from the very top of the helmet, so that's what they're looking at. Did that head lower? And is there forcible contact? The crown is what they talk about, the very top. Imagine like you put your finger at the very top of your head. That's the crown of the helmet. And the 6-inch radius goes about 6 inches down to the side, to the front. That's what they're trying to evaluate. Was it the crown of the helmet, or was it more of that face mask area?
Our replay official, Rick Lumiere, in collaboration with Replay Operations, the center in Dallas. And a lot to unpack here. For now, the ball is moved inside the 20 down to the 19.
After further review, the ruling of targeting with the crown of the helmet is upheld. Number 31 is disqualified from the game.
So impactful across multiple levels. With Coleman, the starting weak side linebacker, now disqualified. The 2 penalties on what potentially could have been a drive-ending play near the line of scrimmage against Rocco Beck. Now the Cyclones have it 1st and 10, and also the status of Beck himself after absorbing that kind of collision. Alex Mansky, the new Iowa State quarterback. And he motions out to the bottom of the screen on essentially a wildcat play. Sama over the right edge. Certainly concern on the Iowa State sideline. Rocco Beck, however, racing to get back on the field. And exactly what you would expect with a player with that grit, that determination, and that toughness.
And the C. You see that C on his chest? He's a captain of the team. He doesn't want his team to be out without him for too much longer.
And now the interchange. Alex Mansky checks in. Beck back to the sideline for a moment. And a chance maybe for him to collect his thoughts And a timeout called. So a lot to unpack. The health of Rocco Beck first and foremost. Iowa State does have its second and medium in the red zone. And another score to get right back in it. Bigger picture. Cyclones have to find a way to slow down Brendan Sorsby. But for Rocco Beck and his head coach, Matt Campbell, you go back to last week, the end of the game against Arizona in the fourth quarter at the very start. Banged his head on the turf on that play. Left the game only to return. I'm not sure that he was the same player after that return, but at that point, Sam, it didn't matter. The outcome of the game had been decided.
The game was over, but then you start thinking about the next game and the next play. Rocco Beck took a huge hit last week, now another huge hit this week. As much as he wants to get back in the game, they may not either run him as much when he gets back in there or make different decisions as he returns.
Mansky will run it on second down, absorbs big contact again. At the line of scrimmage, Jalen Hunt. And number 90 with a bear hug, the Michigan State transfer.
Roy, as we see Rocco Beck taking the field again, if you want an example of how gritty this guy is, he ran to the medical tent and was high-fiving guys on his way to get evaluated. He wasn't in there very long, came running out with his helmet, as you saw, immediately onto the field. This guy is a fighter.
Taylor, thank you. It's 3rd and 5. Empty backfield. Here's Rocco Beck. More pressure. Stays alive. On his feet, but not for long. Lassoed behind the line of scrimmage by Jalen Hunt again.
Jalen Hunt keeps on showing up. 6'2", 315, fifth-year senior. And Rocco Beck takes another hit.
Back to the sidelines. Chase Smith on for a field goal attempt from 35. Remember, Kyle Conrady, injured Iowa State kicker, means that Smith, the walk-on, has been the guy. Right hash from 35, and Smith missed it. Bearcats get a stop, and the football back, leading by 17 after this.
Everything is really getting more expensive.
Prices are up, but not at Metro. We've lowered prices. One line of unlimited 5G is now $40, period. And a free Samsung 5G phone, only at Metro.
Picture this. You get a warning that your tires are low on air.
Tire pressure low, and I hate it.
This is the Bullseye Pro. What do you think of an air compressor in the palm of your hand?
Now, this is light.
Easy to read, it lights up.
I'm impressed that it's this small and it can work in such a big truck.
It's convenient, it's lightweight. I can keep this in my glove compartment.
This is the Bullseye Pro Inflator. It's your anytime, anywhere inflation station. With its rechargeable lithium-ion battery, Bullseye Pro puts the power of a full-size air compressor in the palm of your hand.
You mean this can actually do my tires and I don't have to go to that old pump thing?
You do not. This will do it.
If you could get 4 tires, that's awesome. This little thing's strong enough to put air in these low-profile tires.
All 4 of them if you'd like.
No kidding. I want to put it about 42. That's my highway travel PSI.
Okay, 42. We'll pop it on there. Trigger starts it. And just set it down. And you don't have to babysit it. That will automatically shut off when it gets into PSI.
Perfect. I don't have to stand out here and wait.
You don't really know you need it until you need it.
Jeez, that was so easy.
35 exactly.
35.
Right on target here.
Now, since we first started selling the Bullseye Pro, people everywhere have been using it to keep the things they rely on perfectly inflated. It's the smarter, faster way to fill anything with air.
Oh, that was easy. It's amazing. It's really handy.
You shut it and forget it.
I can't believe I can do this on my own.
Call or go online now and get the complete Bullseye Pro inflation system. All for the factory direct price of just $79.99. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free. That's right, free shipping. But to really inflate this offer, we'll give you a 50% discount on a second one. Call or go online to order now.
To order, call 1-800-399-1024 or go to getbullseyepro.com. So call 1-800-399-1024 or order online at getbullseyepro.com. Order now.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one.
You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Back here at historic Nippert Stadium, they've been playing football here since 1901, a 17-point lead, and it's also home to two of the best players the NFL has seen. About the Kelsey brothers, the world champions, going back in the day, their time here in the Queen City, tight end and the center, winning a couple of world titles with the Chiefs and also the Eagles, and would you know it, Monday Night Football. We'll see both of those personalities, including Jason Kelly, part of the coverage at ESPN, and Travis Kelce, of course, still the starting tight end for Patrick Mahomes. And the Kansas City Chiefs on the road at the Jacksonville Jaguars, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC, ESPN, ESPN Deportes, the all-new ESPN app. Peyton and Eli again on ESPN2. Bearcats get it back on first down. Dominic Overby, his 5th reception, and wrapped up quickly by Quentin Taylor Jr. Iowa State trailing by 17, and Sam, needless to say, the Cyclones want to get a rare stop on defense here.
They don't want to, Roy. They need to. They must get a stop because they've been getting pushed around defensively all game long. Got a good chance to rest over the last several minutes while their offense was on the field, but somebody's got to step up and make a play.
5-man front, weaving through traffic. Howie Walker, and he's going to pick up a first down. Well, on the ground, we mentioned the yards coming in chunks, whether it's Walker or Evan Pryor. Pryor has scored 2 touchdowns in the same game for the first time in his career today. They both have been imposing their will on this Iowa State D. Walker. And dropped by Ebel. Drive chart tells the entire story here. 4 possessions, 4 scores.
And it's been easy. Everything has worked. The outside, they haven't even had to go to their second or third option. It's been outside zone and play action. Haven't even implemented the speed option, which they have in their arsenal. So that's how easy it's been.
RPO to Cyrus Allen on the edge. On second and short. Needed 3, he'll pick up 4. Let's see where they spotted him out of bounds. Hold on. It is enough for the first.
It's been all run game. As much as Sorsby's leading the charge, she hasn't had to do much of anything just yet. A couple overthrows, but hand the ball off. It's been quarterback run game. And if I'm Cincinnati, I stick to it because Iowa State can't stop it right now.
Now the poise of Sorsby since Nebraska on full display. He'll take what the defense gives him again. And Joe Royer, the modest gain on first down.
Watch how much time that Brandon Sorsby has. It's a 3-man rush, ends up really trying to be a 4-man rush. And he hasn't been pressured all game long. I understand the type of defense you run, a 3-3-5. You may not get as much pressure, but somebody has to be able to win either from the inside at nose, Dom Orange, or from the outside.
Dom Orange, a.k.a. Big Citrus, has not been a factor yet. Second down run towards midfield by Pryor. Brings up third down. We'll go back to what Brad Glenn told us, the offensive coordinator for Scott Satterfield this week. Said he wanted Brendan Sorsby to be a triple threat quarterback. And we said, Coach, what do you mean? And he said, well, it's his arm, it's his legs, and it's his mind. Making those correct decisions and not putting the ball in risky situations. He's done that so far today. From the 49, they need 3. They'll get more. Allen, first down. Tumbling out of bounds here, the 41.
And Marcus Neal with the missed tackle, but Brendan Sorsby is just having his way. The problem with this defense is that it's
Dein Ernst? Dein Ernst? Mal im Ernst. Vertick die doch auf Kleinanzeigen und mach eine Ladung. Scheine damit.
Mach jetzt die besten Deals und richtig Kohle. Kleinanzeigen. Große Wirkung.
Ist wie ein Bär? Neu. Baby Chicken. Stille deinen kleinen Hunger.
Near midfield, 2nd and 10, 3 minutes to go in the half.
And we've seen in Iowa State defense, it hasn't looked like they've looked all season long. And why do you say that? Well, Jontez Williams, their star cornerback, got injured last week. He had an interception last week. And so not only is he one of their star players, but he's also the vocal leader of the team. He's not on the sideline. He wasn't able to travel with the team. He just had his surgery. So not only are you missing the on-field production, but you're missing the off-field encouragement for that Iowa State defense.
It's a big deal to lose 2 starting corners within the span of 2 weeks. Both thought to be 2 of the best in the Big 12 this season. Walker pushes ahead again for a first. Inside the 30.
Is almost towering over this defense. No, he's not the biggest guy. He's 5'8", but watch him lower his shoulder, time in and time out, and stay on his feet. People talk about contact balance. Why that matters is that it's not 2nd and 8. Now it's 1st and 10, and the physical mentality is leaning and weighing on that defense. Look at all the defensive linemen. Hands on hips, taking a knee. You could see the weight of this running attack.
Nearly 200 yards rushing already and counting for Cincinnati. Ball popped out. It came out late. Surgis with the tackle. Bearcats maintain possession. So we've reached our 2-minute timeout. The lead at 17. Will it grow here at the end of the first half? Cincinnati on the front door of the red zone when we return.
So, what do you guys think?
Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with those windows.
Anderson makes it easy. They are the #1 trusted window and door brand.
Oh, I love those windows.
They're built to last.
Gorgeous windows.
What a difference.
Anderson. Gosh, I love those windows.
They're magnificent.
You know, in a world where a lot can go wrong, trust your home to Anderson. I trust them. I trust them more.
What do you do when your tires are low and you've got someplace to go? What if the solution was right in your pocket? Introducing Pocket Air Pro by Bullseye, the compact compressor that goes anywhere to fill it up with air. Equipped with a 3,000 milliamp rechargeable lithium-ion battery. That's enough power to take this car tire from flat to filled, and the whole family's bike tires in no time. It puts the power of a full-size air compressor in your pocket. Low pressure warning? Fill it up with Pocket Air. Motorcycle tire flat? Pocket Air Pro can fill that. Take it with you to class to fill it up fast. Whether inflating basketballs or soccer balls, Pocket Air can do it all. Featuring an advanced smart pressure sensor, it automatically stops when your set tire pressure is reached. Simply set it and let it inflate, completely hands-free. Pocket Air Pro is lightweight, durable, and is powerful enough to lift all that weight. Even a trailer loaded with thousands of pounds of equipment is no match for Pocket Air Pro. Pocket Air is powerful enough to inflate this giant truck. With an ultra-bright LED light and a large display screen, it's safe to use even at night. And with 4 custom air nozzles on board, it's perfect for pool toys, exercise balls, and more. Gas station air out of order? Fill it up anytime, anywhere with Pocket Air. Call or go online now and get the complete Pocket Air Pro system for just $59.99. It comes with the carry case, car charger, and a 90-day money-back guarantee. And for a limited time, we'll give you a 50% discount on a second one. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free. You get it all at incredible value. Remember, when your air is low, you need Bullseye Pocket Air Pro. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-345-7917. That's 1-800-345-7917, or go online to buypocketair.com. That's 1-800-345-7917, or go to buypocketair.com.
This is called Rocket Money. Well, what the heck is that? Some space thing? It's a money thing. Rocket Money is an app that puts all your accounts and subscriptions in one place.
Is that why my grandson's always glued to his phone, looking at all his subscriptions?
That and some other things. This Rocket Money would actually do something for that too. How? It shows you all the subscriptions you're paying for, and then you can cancel them right in the app.
Everybody download Spaceship Bank.
Rocket Money.
Back at Nippert Stadium, 17-point lead for Cincinnati against 14th-ranked Iowa State on 2nd and 9. Sorsby gets absolutely demolished by Carson Willick. So Willick returns the favor after getting trucked earlier in the half by a Cincinnati running back.
That's what we've been waiting for, right?
Timeout on the field as we step aside for 3rd and 7.
Let's go, bud. Hurry up. Come on. I'm a baseball dad.
Just because I didn't go pro doesn't mean my kid won't. Give me that. No pressure, kid. Just everyone watching. Coach says it doesn't matter if you win or lose the game, but that's what losers say. You got to swivel those hips, right? And you got to swing. Forward! And if you don't have the right insurance, you can be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate and save money and be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
It's Subway's new Fresh Fit menu, featuring the grilled chicken and avocado, the 35 grams of protein, a full serving of veggies, and our Baja Chipotle sauce. All under 500 calories. Keep moving with Subway's new Fresh Fit menu. Subway. Eat fresh, feel good.
Touchdown! They settle for overtime or try to beat their rival now with a two-point attempt. Go for it. They gotta go for those. Go for those. Go for those. Go for those.
Last season, he was questioned for second.
Coach, why didn't you go for two? We're going for two. Rather than second, they're going for dose. They got it. The risk pays off. No seconds. Always go for dose.
You put everything into getting it right, from launches to milestones and team recognition. With expert support, quality products, and on-time delivery, 4Imprint makes sure your brand shows up strong. 4Imprint.com.
4Imprint, for certain.
People say they don't want to play office politics, but the truth is, you're already playing. You're just losing. Understand this. Power must be taken, and that's what you're learning in this class.
Learn from the best at masterclass.com.
McDonald's is putting value back on the menu, which means make it a meal and save. Extra value meals are back. So now get a Big Mac meal for $8.
Those 26 miles in the rain? Yeah. FrameBridge can frame that with custom framing made easy. Whether it's a pick or a Picasso, FrameBridge will frame it with the highest quality materials. Millions of custom frames and counting. Get started today at framebridge.com.
Alabama, Miami, Morehead State, today on ABC.
You can look, but you can't touch me.
They're revved up for a big game. We're in for a good night.
Kevin Connors in studio. Coming up on the Boya halftime report, we're going to head in between the hedges, check in on Georgia coming off the loss to Alabama last week. Plus, wait till you see what Clemson is doing to Bill Belichick and North Carolina right now. National champion Trevor Maddich is with me. Roy, we'll see you and Sam at the half.
Kevin Connors, a champion worldwide in our regard as well. Sam Acho, Roy Philpott, Taylor Davis here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Carson Willick, a big collision moments ago with Brendan Sorsby to create third down and long. And the Cyclones have yet to record that stop against this potent Cincinnati attack in this game. Can they do it here?
It's a critical third down, Roy, because if you get a stop and you score, Iowa State will get the ball to start the second half. So for Iowa State, getting off the field here is of the utmost importance.
Bearcats need 7. Do have the Mr. Automatic place kicker on the comeback. Falling down at the 20. Going to be spotted about a half-yard shy. Noah Jennings will gain 6 on third down and 7. Now, Scott Satterfield admitted to us they're going to be aggressive today. It's in their DNA. It's what they do. It's part of their brand. They're perfect on fourth down this season. Pryor is the running back. Sorsby will keep it into the end zone. The Ohio step in for the score.
I saw something, Coach. Like that's one of those plays where it's like, what were you doing? I saw something. That was supposed to be a handoff. And Sorsby saw that if it would have been a handoff, would have been tackled. He said, you know what? I saw something, Coach. I'm going to go make a play.
There's something about Brendan Sorsby. starting to figure things out as the offense finds its rhythm. And a different gear this time against a ranked opponent within the friendly confines of the Big 12. And we saw this from Brendan last year.
I love the decision by Sorsby. He cuts back to where no one is. The play's supposed to be going to the other side. He looks around, looks left, looks right. No one else is there. And he extends the lead even more.
5 possessions for the Cincinnati Bearcats. 5 scores to start against a team in Iowa State that has not lost a football game this season, and in fact had only trailed for 28 seconds the entire year before today.
But a team in Cincinnati that's building confidence. We heard from the entire coaching staff that it's not just a dream anymore. We believe that we can win games like these, not lose games like these. So you're seeing the level of confidence that is building as the game is continuing on.
31-7. Sam, we've seen some great quarterbacks in this league and outside of the Big 12 this year. Sorsby has found a new level. And you think about this conference and the start that Texas Tech has gotten off to. Iowa State before today. BYU is a part of that mix. And here comes Cincinnati, partying like it's 2021. The year the Bearcats made a run to the college football playoff, and now Rocco Becht back on the field, and what a day it's been for him for a number of different reasons, Sam. He has been under pressure from the jump.
It hasn't looked pretty for Becht. A couple misses, a couple times where he's gotten some big hits that he's received. So he's got to be able to get on track and get on track early in a 2-minute situation.
Into the medical tent, out of the medical tent, high-fiving his teammates, and now back on the field. Cyclones with one timeout to work with. Becht wants to throw it on first. Has his man, and it's Ben Bramer, the tight end, with his first reception of the game, and a penalty marker comes in at the 49. So a gain of 22 and a good start this Cyclones possession.
We were talking in the break, Roy, man, what happened to the tight ends? Bramer and Burkle, we haven't heard a lot about them early on in this game. I think Iowa State understood that as well and designed a play for Benjamin Bramer.
Personal foul. Targeting with the crown of the helmet. Number 6 for the defense. 15-yard penalty. The play is under further review.
Trayvon Gola-Collard. We've already seen Simeon Coleman be disqualified for targeting earlier in this quarter.
So we already had our lesson earlier. Okay, targeting with the crown of the helmet. It's that 6-inch radius from the very top of the helmet. To me, that's not crown of the helmet. That's the side of the helmet. He does look like he lowers his head, but he hits Bramer with the side of his helmet, not the crown of the helmets. That's the difference in a play like this. That contact is more incidental, not intentional, not the crown of the helmet. I wish we had like a voting, like I wish people could vote on, is this targeting or is it not targeting?
At times, it feels like it can get to be subjective, but in certain situations where the checklist is complete, you can identify exactly what's happening. And I think in that first call earlier in the quarter, you absolutely nailed it.
Targeting on the play. Play results in the first down.
And the second sequence,
15-yard penalty will not be enforced.
you also nailed. So you're batting 1,000 a day, Sam. We look forward to you continuing that streak in the second half.
Did I make the playoffs though? Like, am I Aaron Judge? Am I on the Yankee? Who are we? Who are we supporting? Right, the Phillies. What's our team?
My team was eliminated. I want them all to lose. First down and 10 for the Cyclones. 61 ticks of the clock left in the half. Playoffs have been exciting. Rocco Becht escapes. Becht into Cincinnati territory. How big is this drive? Obviously needing points, but Iowa State gets the football to start the third quarter.
Rocco Becht is his best when things are the craziest. This drive is huge because it's momentum at the end of the first half.
Gain of 6. Second down and 4. Hansen the give. And Hansen out of bounds. Cyclones with one timeout remaining. Shoved out of the 40 by Logan Wilson.
Little thing, but big thing. Smart play by Carson Hansen getting out of bounds. He was about at the numbers. He could have cut it upfield, but he understood there's only one timeout left. So he got out of bounds, stopped the clock, and kept time for his offense.
Becht has now completed his last 6 passes. In rhythm, off the spin, pass Corral to the 24.
Next level play.
Brings it in.
Next level play, sorry about that, Roy, by Rocco Becht. Watch him. He's going to look off the DB.
An illegal shift. The flag snuck in there. 27 seconds to go.
He was lined up as a receiver, Roy, lined up out wide, Carson Hansen, and he was looking out to see what the play was, so he motioned in. But things are crazy, right? 1st and 15, 27 seconds left. Down by a bunch, 1 timeout. Let's see what Rocco Becht has.
Remember the kicker, Chase Smith, a walk-on, missed a 35-yard attempt earlier in this quarter. Crossing pattern. And out of bounds, ushered out near the 36, Eskelson. So 14 seconds to go, and Iowa State preserving the timeout as the receiver jumped out of bounds after a gain of 9.
It gets really difficult in situations like these because you have a kicker who's a freshman who was a quarterback in high school, right? That's the situation Iowa State has. So
Becht straight ahead, now delivers. Last second delivery inside the red zone. Eskelson again. Well, a first down for the Cyclones. 7 seconds to go, a gain of 17. And I believe Matt Campbell will use his timeout here. All right, 7 seconds left. Do you take a shot?
I lean no. Generally speaking, here's what I mean by that. Most plays usually take about 7 seconds. So generally speaking, you don't want to take a shot because you might be out of time. But there's 2 situations going on. You have a kicker who missed a field goal, who's a freshman who's like 3rd string, and you have a quarterback who's smart. So in most situations, I don't. But
It's my course.
Die Fassade fällt.
Promi-Baby. Montag, 20:15 Uhr und kostenlos streamen auf Join Sat1.
Hey, wie geht's?
Morgen, kommt schon, Leute.
Seit wann sind Sie denn hier? Siehst du sie?
Nee, wir sind die Ersten. Guten Morgen. Und, seid ihr ready?
Ja, wir sind die Ersten. Mega. Nee, sie ist da drüben.
Hi, Jungs. Alles fit?
Wake up, good morning, it's a brand new day. The skies above, it's the perfect day.
being holding on that play is going to be pass interference.
I have one more question after the announcement.
Ooh, I can relive. He said he pulled him. I was right. So he had to vote again.
Meanwhile, an injured Cyclone back towards midfield, needing assistance.
Pass interference. Number 0, defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down. The half to be extended for an in-time down.
Let's see where the football is
No
marked.
sideline warning on Cincinnati. There's no penalty associated with the warning.
So my next question, Sam, one more untimed down at the end of the half. If you're Matt Campbell, he loves to go for it on 4th down. This will have a similar vibe to it as the football will be spotted all the way down. It appears near the 4.
Yeah, at this point with the momentum, I think you do go for it. You're inside your own 5-yard line. You have an opportunity with a trusted quarterback to potentially activate his legs as well. Good decision.
Rocco Becht loves his tight ends in moments like this. Ben Bramer, Gabe Burkle. Cincinnati will call a timeout.
So this play is created by Matthew McDoom, who's in one-on-one coverage. You can see the height difference. His hands are fine here, but that ball's in the air, and there was a little bit of a pull right before that ball was received by McDoom. Dominic Overby was the receiver. There's a little bit of a tug that got Overby off balance.
A very little bit. And for Iowa State, they will take it now. One play, barring a penalty, to get into the end zone. Untimed down here at the end of the half becomes everything, especially for Iowa State.
I wonder, who do you go to in a situation like these? We haven't like this. We haven't heard of much of the tight ends. You know they love the quarterback run game. I lean, give Rocco Becht an opportunity to have the ball in his hand, and if the pass isn't available, let him make something happen with his legs.
First and goal. Out of time in the first half. Cyclones need it. Empty backfield for Becht. He'll take off straight ahead. A-gap diving ahead. And he's there for the touchdown. Every inch was needed by the veteran quarterback, Rocco Becht.
Talk about want to. You got a quarterback, 6 feet, a little over 200, taking on a linebacker, Jack Dingle, in the middle of the hole. They talk about Oklahoma drill. Man, give me Rocco Becht.
And Sam, how about staying parallel to the ground, hand on the turf, and then reaching ahead towards the goal line? They're going to take a look at it. Of course, every play is reviewed, but nothing we've seen suggests that should be overturned. And the balance, the athleticism. Remember, he left the field earlier in the quarter after a targeting penalty was called on Coleman. And he came back running out of the medical tent, giving his teammates high fives. To have the chance to produce plays like this.
That's extension. That's perfection when it comes to a play like that. His elbows off the ground, knees are off the ground, forearms off the ground. But he uses that hand to keep himself elevated to have that ball cross the plane, that front plane of the end zone.
Tyler Mauser, the offensive play caller, we mentioned it earlier, called Rocco Becht a psychopath. He's at his best when the world is against him, when the adversity hits, when nobody thinks that he can do it. Rocco Becht enters the chat and finds a way to produce.